All right, thanks, Taylor. You know, there are pros and cons to every job, but what happens when your job actually affects your health? We've got Dr. Miranda Hardee from the urology team here with us this morning to give us a little bit of advice to make sure that that might not necessarily happen. So good morning.
Morning, Jordan. Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad you're here.
Us too. It's a little cold.
It's a little cold.
Here.
I know. I got my tie. I feel bad. I'm just hanging
okay.
out with her like this. Keep you warm.
So yeah, this is a common problem that people aren't aware of. And
What is it?
The problem is when your job limits your access to a bathroom. So essentially, either it's your schedule or there's not a bathroom nearby and you're holding your bladder for long hours. So a lot of people, like we were talking about earlier, they're kind of proud of this.
See, because I thought the longer I held it, the stronger my bladder was becoming.
Right, and it's actually the opposite. So, for example, teachers, where they're on a really tight schedule, they can't leave students, they're really limited as to how often they can get to the bathroom. So they hold their bladder, and what happens is over years of doing that, the bladder muscle, it stretches. And
like a balloon.
Like a balloon, exactly. And it can stretch so much that it makes it difficult for the bladder to work efficiently. So maybe after that, they can't empty their bladder all the way. Or more commonly, the bladder muscle changes permanently. It thickens like any other muscle.
So then what happens as we get older?
So this is the bummer.
Problem.
Yeah. So you go from a period where you can hold your bladder all day to now you have to go every 30 minutes. Or you're waking up at night. Or where you used to have control of your bladder, now you get these sudden urges, these involuntary contractions, and you can't make it. It's really embarrassing for these
I can
folks.
imagine. So is there like a general rule of thumb of how often I should be going to the bathroom? Or
Sure.
like, I think a general rule of thumb is, we were talking about this earlier, is making sure to drink plenty of water.
Exactly.
I mean, a lot of people will forego that. I got coffee, I got my soda for lunch, and then dinner time, you know?
Right. Well, the average person voids 6 to 8 times a day. I'll be honest, I could never make that happen.
Right.
But I tell people in a career like teaching, nursing, Uber drivers,
Right.
you know, where you're really busy, try to go every 3 to 4 hours.
Perfect. I got to go.
You got to go.
Just kidding.
But just a minute. We'll finish. We'll finish. No, and then your second question was, how much water do I need to be drinking?
Right.
So the issue is for these folks, they don't want to hydrate as much because they know they don't have time to go to the bathroom.
Oh, really?
So they're dehydrated.
That's like a double-edged sword.
Definitely. And the problem with that is when you're dehydrated, you're at a higher risk for kidney stones, especially here in Texas where it's hot, and also at a risk for urinary tract infections.
Why especially here in Texas?
Because it's hot. It's a
Oh, you
hot,
say 'cause
dry
it's hot.
climate.
Yeah, that makes
especially in
sense.
Austin. There's this stone belt across the country, which usually includes the southern United States, especially in the summers because we're out sweating, doing yard work, doing fun things, and we don't drink enough.
Wow.
So similarly, if you have a job where you can't stay well hydrated, you will make kidney stones.
So, I mean, this is so funny that you guys are here today because I had no idea that it was this important, and I think a lot of people at home might not as well. You guys are doing some amazing things over at the urology team. There's going to be more questions about this, and I'm sure you have a million other topics that we could have talked about, but I think this is a good one. How can people get in touch with you?
Sure. So we are at the urology team. We have an awesome website that we can provide patients with. Of course, I can give you our phone number, but it's all on the website, and that's the easiest way to do it. But we help folks with all kinds of problems, and if you're worried that these symptoms apply to you, or you have a career that could lead you down this path, give us a call. We'd love to chat with you, talk about treatment options and how we can save your bladder from getting to this point.
Wonderful. Dr. Hardee, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I learned so much. You learned so much on We're Austin. All right, you guys, coming up.